All right, let's get this party started.
Woo! All right. I am so fired up for you guys. 69 people on the call. That number's growing. I love seeing big numbers. I love the energy of Monday night. I know last week, I don't know if you guys can feel this momentum, but I just got a note from Travis just sharing about how many Crystal executives and Crystal directors they've already had popping. And I see across our team, there's a lot of people getting announced. And one of our big focuses is we have 2 weeks to get our teams, as many people as possible, to Crystal Manager. And I remember talking to Kelly Dickerhoof, guys, about just think about your organization right now. You may have just started. You may have been in this. I've been in for I think 5 years is about what, the Fierce Five. We've all been in for about 5 years. So think about your organization. Think about if you could take every person in the organization just up one level. You took every associate to consultant and every consultant to manager and every manager to director and every director to executive. Can you imagine what the volume would be? But more than the volume, do you know what that creates? It creates an energy. And the energy is a vibration. And you know what happens when you have great energy and vibration in a team? It creates more of it. And it attracts the most magnetic, awesome people. So I asked these women if I could go a little off script tonight. We had planned something, but there's some great stuff coming. And I really want to tell you what I'm passionate about. And better yet, I like when people tell me stuff that's working. So I will tell you, I'm doing the same thing as you. Like Kristen Jenkins knows, and I call her and I'm like, girl, I'm going Crystal Director by Thursday. And she's like, here I come, let's do it. That's accountability. But here's what we're talking about. When I'm talking to Kristen or I'm talking to Jamie Lynn or I'm talking to Renee privately, we're talking about what works, what we're doing. And I want to tell you guys all about what I'm doing. And I want to show you some math. And I want to show you some messages that I'm sending, responses that I'm getting. And then what I would, if I were you and I said, I want to go next level, I want to send my team next level, here's what I'd be doing. All right. You guys good with that? All right. Well, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to see these really rough slides that I put together. And because we just kind of had this, I just kind of changed the script last minute. You're going to see what I'm showing you here is the first thing I want you to do. If you've been in Isagenix for any length of time, I want you to go into your back office. And some people don't know this. So guys, pretend this is the biggest thing I want to tell you. Some people keep telling me, well, that they keep getting the same result. Let's check our egos. Lauren has told me that more than enough times that I know. I'm going to check my ego and I'm going to pretend I know nothing. Will you guys agree? Pretend you know nothing. And let's suppose that I'm onto something. Pretend you know nothing, because I'm going to treat this like you guys were starting from a very blank slate. Because a lot of people, either they've just started, they've been in the company, or nobody has shown them this, okay? So the first thing you do, team, view placement tree. You're going to click on this blue box where it says personally enrolled details. The next screen it's going to take you to, all the people that you've ever personally enrolled. You should know about this anyway, for sure. But here's the thing, people don't know you can look at everybody on your team's businesses. So here's the really fun thing. I've enrolled a lot of people who have never shared with anyone. So what I do is I click on their associate ID and it shows me, I'm gonna actually do this and show you somebody. It actually shows me their, hold on one second, their business, right? It shows me how many people are in their downline. And I'm gonna show you what I do for those people. And I'll show you a message that I send to them. So here's what I have found in this company. People's businesses change, people's lives change all the time. I have this amazing woman that I enrolled a while ago. We met online. She, like me, she's a foster parent and adopted her little boy. And I'm going to say that she had I'm going to call it like, if a great experience is a 10, I'm going to say she had like a 6. It wasn't that great. It was okay. But here's the thing. Timing changes. She had belief in the products. She trusted and liked me. And here's what I'll tell you. The coolest thing is when you write people, you have no idea. We make assumptions that people are too rich and too fabulous and too busy and too everything else. And here's the thing. People's lives are changing all the time. So I'm getting messages back from people who are like, wait, hold on a second. Tell me about this now. And so when you go back in your back office, you're going to see that there's going to be people who they may have ordered a while ago, but they're not read. Even some of the people who are read, even some of them are still okay. All right, so here's an example. So I'm going to change. You're going to see my screen. I'm going to just show you in the back office. Okay. So can you see my, you can't see my screen, can you? Can you see my screen right now, Jamie? I don't think you can.
No, we cannot see your screen yet.
You not see my screen now. Okay. I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to get back to that where you can see my screen. Okay. Now, back to sharing my screen. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of action happening tonight. Okay. Guys, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
This is my girlfriend, Gloria. Met her at Orange Theory. Gloria has 11 people in her downline. How many people do you think Gloria is enrolled? 0. She's never enrolled anyone. Look at this volume that she has in her business. Here's how you figure out what that means for people. You guys know it's 600 and 300, right? All you have to do is divide 2,800 by 600 and multiply by $54. That's the number of cycles my friend is sitting on. And guys, better believe that I'm going to write to my friend and I'm going to tell her, I'm going to send her a text message and I'm going to tell her what she's sitting on. Every person in my downline is getting this message. Can you see my screen again now? This is the message I'm sending out. And I'll throw this and I'll send this to everybody. This is a long message, but let me just tell you the highlights. I tell her, say, listen, I was just looking at reports and I saw that there are over 220 people in your downline, which probably seems crazy. This was to a message to a woman. And I said, you just enrolled Mary Margaret. You got 220 people, you enrolled 1. 2/3 of our income in this company is built with other people, and all the people that came on after you would benefit if you were active and you enrolled 2 people. I know timing's the number 1 determinant. And I said, so besides sitting on a kind of a gold mine, we're doing this insane promotion where you could grab $10,000 in the next 3 months. I know at the time it wasn't for you. Let me know if you're interested because I couldn't not share this with you. Here's the deal. I once heard Susan Sly say that we have an obligation to tell people what they have a hold of. The person who got me started never told me about any pack but the basic 30-day. I would have bought an ultimate. I like stacking the deck in my favor. Never told me about Crystal Manager, and at the time we only had 30 days. Guys, she made assumptions about me that weren't true. Don't make assumptions about people. We have this second leash on life to give people this new opportunity. And so I will tell you the second thing that I want people to know is that we're visual creatures. So if you've heard me talk about my ATM system, I personally believe it's like multimedia in this world. If I send you a voice message, I think a good friend, if you ATM with me, if you message someone with me, I'm going to voice message back so they hear the passion in my voice, but I'm going to follow that up with a picture. We're visual creatures. So do you see in this text message with my friend Terry, I show her a picture of the 223 people in her downline. Because you can
yes. We can't see your PowerPoint. We only see your back office still.
Yeah.
You were on a roll. We didn't want to interrupt you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jess, you might also, when you minimize that back office and go back to the slideshow, just do the message before the next one of the people in the downline so people might take that screenshot.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Okay. Tell me if you're seeing it now.
Yes. Thank you.
So listen, I'm gonna go over it with you guys again, just so everybody, because people are visual creatures. So 220 people in your downline may seem crazy. People are gonna be like, what? I only enrolled Mary Margaret, 1 person. Those people that came on after you, they benefit you. In Isagenix, 2/3 of our income is built with a team. Now people are gonna say to you, but wait, how do I earn that money? Okay, so you're gonna tell them, if you were active and you enrolled 2 people, I know that timing's the number 1 determinant. So give them an opportunity to be like, I wasn't interested then, but I am now. That's why I always say to people, listen, I know timing wasn't right then. I'm not trying to be a jerk and like ask you a million times, but I know it wasn't right then. So besides sitting on a gold mine, we're also doing a promotion where people can grab 10 grand. Let me know. If you're open to this, let me know. No, if it's not for you, totally not a problem. But if it is, we should be chatting, right? Does everybody feel good about that? Okay, everyone deserves to know. We're visual creatures. This is what I was talking about, is I send her a picture of what that looks like. I send a picture of my calculator where I figured out how much it is. Guys, do you understand the difference between reading something? She's skimming it. That message that I sent her was long. Okay. But imagine she's looking at this and my arrow, all you do guys is you take a picture, you click on mark up when you send a text to someone, you can make arrows. Sometimes I take the time to actually use their arrows, which are straight and pretty. But when she knows, like, I'm hurrying, Terry, I gotta go because I gotta draw this arrow real quick. And then I use the text feature there and I say, there are 222 people in your downline. That's 221 more than Mary Margaret. Okay, so that's what I'm telling people in a screenshot. Now this woman is writing me back, right? And she's saying, I have no idea how I could possibly have that amount. How come I haven't earned any money? And so I'm again explaining to her, guys, this is a person in a million years I would have never thought she'd be open to it. But I have to tell you, tonight, by the end of the night, I should have my 5th consultant new for Rapid Reset. Two of them are from these messages. People I would have written off. We can't write off people. People deserve an opportunity. And if you go Rapid Reset, guys, those people that were enrolled and never enrolled anyone or came on and they enrolled their husband and they just need one more, or they technically need 2 more because them and their husband aren't active anymore. Guys, they are great to be for Rapid Crystal Reset. They already know it works. I want you to also be talking to people in your downline and asking them, how are you feeling? Are people noticing your results? Guess what they're going to tell you, and you're going to be shocked. Everyone's noticing. I can't believe it. I walked in and my boss told me how great I looked. My sister, my mom, my husband. Guys, we're not asking the right questions. People could have their too, but you've told it to them in a way that didn't connect. But wait, you never brought it back up to them maybe. But now people are asking them. The other thing is when you say, are people asking you? People are excited. I think Tracy O'Malley once told me that day 5 is such an important day because it's recently enough that you remember how terrible you felt before you started, but you now feel great. So you feel the contrast. Contrast is so important. So when you're talking to people early on, it's great. But guess what? There's some people that are in your organization that either they love the way they feel right now, or they remember how much they did love it. Now, here's another thing that Adrienne McGovern does and has worked so well for her. So let's say you have someone, we're trying to hit Rapid Reset. We have 2 weeks. Let's say you have someone that lives in your town and they say, oh my gosh, these products are awesome. I'm not a sharer. I'm not going to build a business with you, but these products are great. I love them. This person likes you. What I'm going to say to that person is I'm going to say, Charlotte, would you be okay if you invited some friends over and I will come over, I will bring everything and I will do a little dog and pony show for your friends and just tell them about Isagenix. And if they sign up, I'll give you some free stuff. And then what happens is you go, a bunch of their friends come and they see how great Charlotte's looking and they say, amazing, I want to do this. And you could let Charlotte know, Charlotte, listen, I can sign up your friends. I'll give you a box of e-shots, or you could get $450. It's up to you. Either one. What do you think Charlotte's going to do? Her friends are excited. They're like, Charlotte, you're amazing. High five. I want to do this with you. This is going to be so fun. Okay, so that's what I want to tell you. The other thing is, as we're looking to not only grow consultants, but maybe we're just turning the dial up 1 on every person. Just 1. So what would I do if I have someone who enrolled a couple of people? They're loving it, and maybe accidentally they enrolled their sister and a coworker and their mom and 2 neighbors. Maybe they just enrolled a few people kind of by accident over some time. Well, another thing Adrienne used to do, because she's a marketing genius, is she would say to Charlotte, hey, you've enrolled a bunch of people. These products work so great. They work even better when they're free. Charlotte, why don't you invite them? I'm going to do a private Zoom call. It's going to be about, 20 minutes. I'm just going to tell your friends how they can join our Eat for Free club. Do you think your friends would be open to hearing how they can get their products for free? And then here's the cool thing. When you have people that like the products, you have people that like something, the group consensus is a great thing. People scare me and I think this is a very risky position. People will do an ATM with multiple people looking at the system, right? If you invite a bunch of people over that are not bought in, that have done their own research, be careful. Because one, it's like putting a bad orange in with other good oranges. It's going to poison the good oranges, right? Your other oranges are going to start getting moldy. But when you have people that like the system on a call, then you introduce FOMO. You introduce fear of missing out. I don't want Jamie Lynn getting her products for free. And meanwhile, I'm here paying full price, right? I want to be in the Eat for Free Club too. So that kind of group is awesome. The other thing is when people haven't done their research, Tanya Kirkpatrick used to tell me that what she would do is if you called me and said you're interested. So Kristen calls me and says, hey, I'm interested in Isogenics. She would say, awesome. Can you meet me at Starbucks tomorrow around noon? Grab a couple people you think might try it with you, and I'll meet three of you at Starbucks. That's great use of time because this person thinks they're bringing their friends just to learn more. I have no idea if it's going to be for you. Bring them to Starbucks and let's talk about it. That's another great opportunity to have group consensus. Okay, so visual creatures. So we talked about going through your downline. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you. So that's and you have people that you've already enrolled. Do not leave those people off the table. But here's what I'll tell you. We've got 2 weeks. And I'm saying to you, I'm going tactical dream team, baby. Offensive. This is for real legit. I'm not going out looking for people just to buy a system to have a pulse, right? If you have a pulse, I'm not necessarily looking for you. I'm very specific right now about who I'm looking for. I'm going to tell you what I'm saying to those people. I'm going to give you a formula that I believe is almost foolproof. So when I write down in the morning what I'm looking for, you guys have heard me do this a million times. I am so specific right now about who I'm looking for. And I like these attributes. They almost always show up. Influential, networked, fun as hell, goal-driven, money-driven, impact-driven. People that want to leave the world better than they found it. You need to be specific about who you're looking for. Then we can leave them a message that makes sense. Message formula that works, it's OO. The message formula, I had this cool, it's been a while, Kristen, since I was in corporate, and my keynote skills are real off. But here's the formula. It's EWW. Denise Wiggins is really good at acronyms. I'm going to have her retool this one when we can really flesh it out. But in the meantime, I didn't want you guys to miss out on this because it works. EWW. OO. OO is first. I'm going to leave you this, and you can do it through voice or you can do it through text. I personally do it through voice, and then you better believe I'm following up with a visual of something. The first step of a good formula, step number 1 is edify the person. Tell them why you're reaching out to them very specifically. And when you tell people who they know themselves to be, it connects, right? So I'm not going to write to someone who was a wallflower that I knew in 3rd grade who never said boo. I'm not going to send the message to her that I would send to someone who truly is outgoing and just life of the party. But here's what I'm going to say. Here's just an example of what an edification might sound like. It's going to sound like this. It's going to say, Lauren, you, girlfriend, are one of the most influential, driven, networked people that I've ever met. I'm watching you on social media, and I absolutely love everything that you're doing. It makes me so excited when you post, and clearly, with the influence you have, so many people respond to you and want to do what you're doing. Lauren knows that about herself, right? Tell somebody something about themselves that they believe themselves to be and that they want to be perceived that way. That gets my attention. Does everybody agree? That gets your attention. I'm going to stop this really quickly and just tell you what I'm so sick of. I'm so sick of messages from other companies and scripts that make it about us. I cannot stand those messages. It literally, people send me messages, they go, hey girl, hope you're doing awesome. I'm doing so great. I joined the skincare company. My skin has never looked better. The wrinkles I used to have are gone. My team is so fun. A lot of people are making great money. I thought I might send you a mini facial kit and you might make some money for your family too. Does anybody respond to that message? Because you copied and pasted that. And it's all about them. Guys, here's the deal. I love you all, but I'm speaking from my own personal experience. As humans, we care about ourselves. Your message better be what's in it for the person. Take yourself out of it. This whole dead to self concept has got to become part of your message strategy. If you read it and it's about you, I promise you the person doesn't care. I don't care about her skin, wrinkles, her team, the money they're making. Don't care. What is in it for me? In this fast-paced, time-sensitive, crunch world, what is in it for the person you're writing to? So the first thing that's going to get my attention is you're going to say something to me that makes me feel great. And again, better be specific, because if you write to the Brenda the Wallflower and you say, Brenda, you're such a dynamo, love your post, people love you. Brenda knows that's not who she is, and it's so inauthentic. Tell the person who they are. If they're a wallflower, Brenda, I love your authenticity. I love how real you are. I love how you connect with people. I know you're not out there being like a professional speaker, but you connect so authentically to people that you have these deep relationships. That's the first thing. Edify the person. Tell them what you've got. W, what? What are we doing? Here, I've got a hold of, okay, so Lauren, you're one of the most unbelievable people I've ever met. You're so dynamic. Your personality is magnetic. I have a hold of an opportunity, and you have to fill in what it is, what feels good for you. I personally would say I have a hold of an opportunity that I have to tell you about because it is so in line with your wheelhouse. It's a virtual franchise in the most explosive industry there is, health and wellness, and there's an opportunity to create income while you sleep. Tell them what it is. Very short. This is not a diatribe. You don't want them to have to write a dissertation. It's enough to pique their curiosity. And then tell them what you want them to do. What do I want you to do? Okay? What I want you to do, Lauren, is Lauren, I want to chat with you. I want to talk to you for 5 minutes, and I want to tell you what we're up to, because here's what I see. I see a way for you to pay cash for your wedding, to have the most unbelievable, outrageous honeymoon with Ryan, to be able to travel the world with him, because I see what you care about. I see how much you give. I can imagine, Lauren, creating an income stream that allows you to give back to big brothers, big sisters. I see how passionate you are about that. And I can imagine that we could create an income stream that would allow you to give to that organization with reckless abandon. To me, guys, people respond to a message that tells them what's in it for them. EWW. Edify them, tell them what you want, what you're doing, and what you want them to do. Is it, I want you to jump on this, I want you to watch this video so you can see how incredible the opportunity could be for you, because I believe you could kill it together, Lauren. I believe we could travel the world. We could do the things we've always talked about. And I know how much you love dogs, horses, adoption, slavery, whatever it is that you really are passionate about, child labor, child slavery, what all the stuff that we really see people caring about. I believe that if you tell people what matters to them most, it will resonate. And I think I was telling you, Jamie Lynn, that if somebody left me a message to Jessica, I think you're an awesome person. I love what you're up to. I have a hold of something that you should look at, because I really believe it would allow you to create some financial breathing room for your family and light you up every single day. We should chat. Because if you see what I see, I think there's a way for you to give an iPad to every foster child in Montgomery County. I think I said to you, Jamie Lynn, that my phone would get set on fire how fast I would call you back. Because that's what matters most, right? What matters most to someone is I can see a way that you could create an income stream that maybe you'd have options in your job. I know you're so handcuffed right now to your job. And then when I talk to people, what I'm telling them is I'm saying, listen, do the system. You don't have to prove it works. I want you to grab 2 friends to try it together. You want to guinea pig it. And guys, use the systems. I know that Renee has developed these great systems. Use the systems. My team has systems. We have systems, and we've publicized these systems because guess what? They work. People that are using these systems are only 5 people last week. Because when you use the systems, the duplicatable systems, people are like, oh, every person I'm talking to is objecting to the price. That's not our system. Why are you talking about price? Because if you told someone that didn't know anything about cell phones that you wanted them to buy a $1,000 iPhone, they wouldn't buy it, because you're putting price before value. So my point to you guys is just right now, you're in the 2 weeks of vision casting. You're going back to all the people you enrolled who love the system. People are asking them right now what the heck they're doing. They want to do what they're doing. And we may not have coached them up. And you want to go through your downline of people that, I don't care if they have a 0. They deserve to know about the $10,000 that's sitting there. They deserve to know that maybe there's people that have come on after them. Guys, the other thing we need to do is people need to know your systems. So let's say, like, I have a girlfriend that was like, my friend Kelly was like, okay, I'm interested in that. What should I do? Be ready to tell them what to do. So I literally wrote a text message that I told her, I said, send this out to a bunch of people. And I can share with everybody, but basically it just says, I've used the system. It's amazing. I know it works. I need to get back to it. I thought it'd be fun to do it with a couple of people. Would you want to try it with me? Give them something to do and then they'll do it. But a lot of times we're like, hey, do you want to share with some people? And then they're like, that would be cool. I'm not even, what would I do? We just need to tell them what to do. But guys, everyone can do it. And if I were you, I'd be focused right now on creating as many consultants as you can and setting them up. And as soon as someone goes consultant, guess what? I want to go one level next to manager. And then I want to be casting the vision that we can go director. And I know what, I love what some people on my team have really just made this shift, this comeback tour. What they've said is we've done it once, we can do it again. You enrolled 5 people before. Guess what? You can enroll 5 people again. And if you've enrolled 10 people, you can be executive in this company. And okay, you told me 5 people, they're all zeros. You know what? There's a comeback tour. That person right now is thinking about you and going, I should really try Isagenix again. I don't know if I gave it a fair shot. The other week, we had an event at my house. And guess what? Someone came. She was like, it is time for me to build a business. And everybody went around and told a little bit about how they got introduced to Isagenix. I didn't know her story because she's a little bit deep in my downline. She's like, I returned on day 6. I really barely had opened the box, but I returned. Here I am. I rebought a value pack, and here I am ready to go build a business. Timing is everything. Don't get in people's wallets or their minds, because this might be exactly what they're looking for. They may have never liked to post, but they're watching you and waiting for you to ask them or to offer them, or they've been praying for an opportunity for someone to say, this is how it can be done. And you have the opportunity. Hopefully that was helpful, guys.
All right, am I up next?
I'm going to follow you, Renee.
Okay, awesome. So I don't know how you ever follow Jess, but here I am. Everyone says I look like her and sound like her, so I just pretend to be like her. We're going to embark on something really exciting this week. So she just shared some great verbiage and ways that you can connect and interact and prospect with people that are either already in your business to help them grow, because ultimately your success is dependent upon the success of your team or your downline, as well as bring new people into your business and help them build their own businesses. So she shared some of that with you, and what we want to do is help you take that to the next level. I'm curious how many of you that are here present have participated in what we call a social media blitz. Kind of give me a hands up. I think we're around 50%. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to probably do things a little bit differently than how you've done them. Some of you might be familiar with this. Some of you may not. So I'm going to go over exactly how we're going to do it so there's no confusion whatsoever. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross-pollinate, because we have about 5 or 6 teams or downlines here that have merged into this awesome Crystal Rapid Reset coaching that we're doing for the next 12 weeks. And the reason why we want to do that is many of you are already commenting and loving on each other's posts that are in each other's downlines. So we want to mix it up and have some fresh new faces and names in your feed. Okay. So the way it's going to work, and I'm going to put it over here in the chat, is that everyone that is here tonight that is on this call, and or this is going to be posted in your team pages. If you want to opt into this, yeah, buddy, go ahead and click this link right there, fill out the information, and you will be included in one of our social media blitzes. So because we'll probably have over 250 people, we can't put you all on one thread because you will hate us, kill us, and never want to participate again. So we're going to break them up into subgroups of about 25 to 30 people, depending upon how many we get. The way it's going to work is each night in the evening after like 9 o'clock-ish, or whenever the person who's the administrator for that group is able to, we're going to post what the topics are going to be for the next day. We are asking that you commit to posting at least once, if not twice, up to you. Some of you only post once a day, some post twice a day, on your page. And the purpose of the social media blitz, just so you know, is to ensure that you are not verbally vomiting Isagenix all over your social media. And you can use this for Instagram. You can tweak it and use it for other social media platforms. They all serve different purposes, and they all have different networks, and they all have different demographics. So a lot of this is going to be tailored to Facebook, but that doesn't mean you can't tailor it to another platform if you're primarily using that. Just know that as far as what we're going to be doing for boosting up posts and engaging, it's going to all be on Facebook, okay? But it will help you to keep your social media well-rounded over the course of the Blitz. We're going to be utilizing more or less the 10-4-1 strategy. And if you click that link right there, there will be a nice chunky paragraph that I recommend that you read describing what this entails. It's going to tell you the most popular times to post. And despite all the different statistics that Facebook has put out and all the new analyses, I'm just telling you guys, historically speaking, what's in there works the best. What also works the best is that if within 10 to 20 minutes of your post going up, you get as many comments as you can. So what we're going to ask is, when you actually post on the day of said topic, that the only thing you're going to be putting in that thread, the group that you're in, is posted. That's all you're going to be commenting in the group. And when you comment posted, it notifies everyone that's in your wing team or your support team to go in and to comment on your post. Now, not everybody is going to be able to comment within 10 minutes of you posting. Many of you work full-time jobs. Many of you have part-time jobs. Many of you are in meetings. It's just life is busy. So we ask that you try to get to as many of them as you can. Agree to doing at least 5 a day where you're commenting on other teammates' posts, and just know you comment, hit people, and you're going to want to hit them back. If someone comments on you, you're going to want to try to comment on their posts. So this is all about giving and receiving. It's not just you're going to be receiving. So it's super important to let everyone know when you posted, so that this way as many people can come in, support your posts with a genuine comment of 4 words or more. Okay, 4 words or more. None of this awesome. No, that doesn't count. That doesn't work. That doesn't help them. It has to be at least 4 words, and make it something genuine. Make it something that if I was reading that comment on that person's post, I'd be like, ooh, I need to find out some more about whatever it is that they're doing. We're doing this also to help you to have more value add to your network or to all your connections, because we want you to be an authority of all things to your network, all things family, all things, whatever field you're in. Maybe you like fitness. Maybe you're super passionate about recipes and nutrition. Maybe you're a person who loves life hacks, whatever it is, or you're a gardener or a fisher. I don't care. But it's going to be a way that you can show all sides of you, and not just that you're obsessed with Isagenix, because we already know you are. It's okay. We all are. But we just need to make sure that we're diversifying our social media so that it's not all about Isagenix. It can be inspirational, motivational. So all the information will be included in the group thread that you're in. But the number one thing I'm going to tell you is you need to click that link. It's bit.ly/SM-Blitz. That is it. You click that, fill out the information, and we will get you put into groups. I am going to try to do this in the next 24 hours. Okay? But my kids are all still home tomorrow, so just be easy on me. So we're going to try to get everybody into groups so that we can kick it off, God willing, on Wednesday. We're going to have some stragglers, so people are going to be coming in late, and we're going to be adding them to your groups. But the number one thing that you need to know is you only want to comment posted. If you have questions about anything or everything, please put them in your business pages or go to your upline, or if you have a team thread. Don't put them in there, because we don't want to be going off all day long. You can mute the thread as well if it's something that's going to bother you while you're at work. The other thing, and the most important thing, is your posts have got to be public. If you can't post public, the only other option that you have is that you need to friend everybody that is in your group. Because if your post is not public and you guys are not friends, they cannot see your posts. And if you are building this and this is your business, or you're trying to build an extra stream of income out of this, your posts need to be public anyway. Because you're stifling yourself, you're shrinking your network, and the number of people and the visibility that your posts have. And I will tell you from experience recently, if you aren't putting it out there, you're missing out, because you never know who's going to Google or search Isagenix and send you a message, because it does happen. I have a woman who's ordered 25 canisters of raspberry cheesecake over the course of the past 3 weeks. just from searching Isagenix. Okay, just gonna leave it at that. So what I want you to do is make sure you're getting 1 to 2 posts a day. We're going to give you about 3 to 4 different topics of things that you can post on, so you aren't all posting. You're going to be doing at least 1 power post a week, at least 1. Some of you are more frequent with your power posts, and that's okay. Some of you are more seasoned. Some of you have been doing this longer than others. If you're brand new and maybe you weren't someone who used social media before, or you didn't use Facebook much, you want to ease into your network. You don't want all of a sudden to start exploding Isagenix. So this is going to help you do that. It's going to help you gain more traction, and it's going to help to boost the algorithm to get you more visibility on your posts. But in addition to that, I want to encourage you guys, grow your networks. Find those yearbooks that you have. Go to old Facebook groups of maybe college or high school or elementary school, or find someone from college or elementary school and then go look to their friends list and friend all the people that you guys used to be friends with. Expand your network. It's actually really fun too, because you never know who you're going to come in contact with that you might be able to transform their life. And or physically and financially, you might make a massive impact. They might be your next biggest business partner. Okay, they might be their next Lauren Sims. So you want to make sure that while you're doing this, you're also expanding your network. It's really, really important, because then you get even more visibility. Only about 1/3 of your Facebook network is going to see your post every time you put it up. So if you have 300 friends, that's 100 people or less. All right. So friend your husband's friends. And also, if you have a significant other, spouse, or whatever, tag them in your posts. I tag my husband on almost every single post. I've enrolled so many of his coworkers. Granted, some are product users, some have been business builders, some share, some don't. It doesn't matter. It's expanding your network. Okay? You can do it with parents, same thing. All right, so I think that is about it. If anyone has any questions, let me scroll through real quick and make sure. The big thing is you must register. We cannot read your mind. Everyone here will be posting in your private business groups. Just kind of a quick explanation of what we talked about for those who weren't on tonight. Shame, shame, shame. And then also the link. So this way we can make sure that everybody gets registered. And the reason why this is important is because I need your full Facebook name. Some of you use some crazy, as my dad says, cockamamie names. Like that, I have no idea what they are. They're not your real names. So we need to make sure we know exactly what your name is so that we can add you into the right group. So bear with us and be patient. And we're also going to send out some tips and tricks for social media via Constant Contact and a quick newsletter during this 12-week period, which is why we're capturing your email, just being transparent. All right, let's see. Any quick questions? It'll be, I'm brand new. Nick, that's awesome. We love brand new. Brand new is like my fave. We will, trust me, you will have so many things to do. This will make you feel, it'll be a sense of relief in terms of content of what to post. Because when you're starting out, it's hard to know what to post and when to post. Another suggestion for those of you who are fairly new, or if you're not, I love Erica's posts. I always copy her posts. I put them in, save them in my notes, and then I rewrite them to be me, because she writes the most amazing posts. Sorry, Erica, now everyone's going to want to go look at your posts. But I'm just saying, like, if you see someone that has a similar vibe, or like you just fangirl or fanboy, whatever it is, over them, then take a look at that content, save it in your notes, and a couple days later, reword it, because if you don't reword it, the algorithm is gonna push your post down, all right? Reword it to be you and post it and put it out there. This is a business of duplication. We're not expecting you guys to reinvent the wheel. We want to create more ease into your life, and that's why we're giving you topics. So you just have to use a little bit of creativity, just a little, so that this way you can put something that's unique to you out there and start attracting more people into your business. But also, it doesn't replace the proactive engagement that you're going to be doing with all the tips that Jessica provided prior to me.
Renee,
All right.
can I add one thing into that? What you just
Yeah.
said? One thing that I've been doing a lot too is I'll actually go back to some of my power posts that I got a lot of comments on, and like 3 weeks later tag a prospect in it. It brings it back up, and all of a sudden I'll get like 4 or 5 more likes to it. Or I'll tell my team, like, hey, listen, they just talked to me on the phone. Go tag them in one of my posts. Don't just have them go to my page. Tag them in something that's pertinent. And it's like, it's kind of worked out well that way.
I love that. That's so good. And you'll notice Jess and I, we do this a lot. And some of others who've been around a while, we will see a post come up in your memories, and it's awesome to just find a way to boost it up, especially one that had a lot of traction previously, and then people start commenting on it and it gets all new traction all over again. I mean, you can repost stuff that you've done before. You don't have to just comment on it and boost it up. So I oftentimes will recycle content, which I do encourage for those of you who've been doing this more than 12 months. It'll start to appear in your memories. People have no idea you posted that a year ago. They don't know what they did 6 weeks ago. Right. Recycle your content.
Sometimes you just change the picture too. Like I've done that and just use the same content and no one ever remembers.
Yep. And same thing with Instagram. Many of you using Instagram, recycling content on Instagram is a big, it's a big thing. I don't know how to describe it, but I've been reading lots of books on it, and they say to do it like every 6 to 8 weeks. Recycle your content. Don't reinvent the wheel. So new pictures, similar, same theme and message. You can just switch the wording up a little bit. So again, more ease. And we want to see you guys just soaring through this. We want to see crystal managers pop in, crystal directors flowing. And hey, if anyone's close to crystal executive, bring it on. We want to celebrate the mess out of you next week, because that is a massive, massive accomplishment. All right. So with that being said, it's 9:45. Gives you guys an extra 15 minutes tonight to go out and to start leveraging and utilizing some of this information that Jessica shared, and make sure that you get signed up for the social media blitz so we can get rocking and rolling with that by Wednesday. All right. Everybody fired up? Good.
Love it, Renee. And what we'll do is I will get this a copy of this recording, and we will attach it with the link to get into the social media, as well as some of the little nuggets that were here, and we can all post it in our business pages just to make sure, again, that everyone saw this, because the information that was shared was amazing. So thank you guys for sharing, and I cannot wait for this social media blitz. All right, you guys, have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.